Dr. Amit Mitra, whom I spoke to earlier. And I asked the West Bengal Finance Minister this very question. The big challenge at the moment, saving lives, but also saving livelihoods. Industries shut down, agriculture not taking off. Do you believe now the time has come for some kind of balance in lockdown 2.0 between saving lives and saving livelihoods, Dr. Mitra?
I think, Rajdeepji, we have a hydra-headed war in front of us. Not a single head, but clearly two heads, as you correctly said. Save lives from corona and save lives from collapse of livelihood of the economy, which will also take lives. So we have to face these two. And for this, the lockdown will have to be with a human face. Therefore, it's a big challenge. And let me point out also that this is a dynamic process. We have found that there are hotspots which begins to shift. So putting colors on them alone is not enough, because some areas will be affected, others would be affected less. And then this hydra-headed war will shift, particularly the COVID-19 process. Now, how do we get the economy moving while we fight this war? That's the question you're asking.
My question to you is very simple. Today you're telling me lockdown with a human touch. In your own state of Bengal, jute, tea workers are losing their jobs. Daily wage workers are losing their jobs. How do you ensure their jobs are protected in times of lockdown if there is no economic activity? That's the question I'm asking.
I think first of all, you'll be happy to know that the tea gardens are now opening with 25% of labor force picking tea with distancing norms. So that's a good news for you. Now, as far as others are concerned, we are already functioning with all the basic facilities and essentials in our state. You'd be happy to know that this is something that 4 days before the Prime Minister announced the lockdown, Mamata Banerjee had announced a lockdown which was with a human face. Now we are carrying that on. Now you talked about jute. By the way, there are 57 jute mills in West Bengal, each employing normally 4,000 to 5,000 people. Now to put them into the danger of the first hydra head, which is corona, is going to be very, very dangerous. So again, we will have to look at it cautiously, step by step, depending on where they are and whether there is an acute situation there with the dynamics of the coronavirus.
Yes.
So we are doing it very carefully. And let me also tell you, what we have done is we have already given, for your information, 6 months of free ration. So poor, who are very important to us, can get 6 months of free ration. Old age pension and widow pension, we've already given them advance for 2 months with a human face. Free medical treatment of every nature, including diagnostics across the state, has been what Mamata Banerjee did some several years ago. And of course, 41 super specialty hospitals at the block cum subdivisional level is now becoming very handy.
Dr. Mitra.
So my submission to you is,
Dr. Mitra,
this is where it is.
My point to you is very simple. All of this is well, and these are good steps on social security, but how do you get industry to resume operations at 20 to 25%, which the government now wants, or a report of the industry ministry now wants? How do you get agriculture to get kick-started? How do you incentivize industry to get people back to work? That's the question. That's going to be the big challenge surely before lockdown 2.0. Manufacturing, how does that get revived?
I think the key point here that you're making is we need, first of all, a massive input from the center, which is resources is what we'll talk. We need resources for corona across the country in all states, and we need resources in order to create the conditions for slow and steadily maintaining the economy. Now, let me give you an example. Mamata Banerjee has talked about 10 lakh crores package, which is 6% of GDP. That's the resource you need. Now, United States has done 10%, UK 15% of GDP, Japan has done 20% of GDP. First weapon in this war is resources. We are only saying 6%. And let me tell you, we can do it. Why? Because we have headroom. First of all, our debt GDP ratio, which is 107% in United States, 234% in Japan, is only 69%. So that's one headroom. Oil prices are low, and as you know, we are big importers of oil. 85% of oil comes from abroad. Again, there we have a headroom. And foreign reserves are at the highest today. So basically, the first challenge is, how do you put 10 lakh crores on the ground and then spread it on both these counts to fight COVID and to energize slowly, steadily, cautiously, maturely the process of opening up industry? You'll be happy to know that we've already done so very cautiously where it is judicious to do so. And I've given you the tea garden example. Small and medium enterprises need liquidity, sir. They will die without liquidity. They cannot pay salaries to their workers because the bigger industry hasn't paid them because they don't have the current resources to do that. All boils down to a massive resource growth, never seen, unprecedented, but 6% of GDP is what the central government has to have the courage to do today. There's no time for procrastination. Now or never.
Now or never.
And that will come back into the states
now
to fight
or
this.
Big words from you. Dr. Mitra, now or never. Let me ask you, what is therefore that one big thing that you want from the Prime Minister tomorrow in this battle, as I'm calling it, between Jaan and Jahan, lives or livelihoods? What do you want to see from the Prime Minister tomorrow? Very quickly.
I think the first and foremost is a package of 10 lakh crores. Let me also tell you, number two, Reserve Bank of India has to be told, please take a leaf from the Federal Reserve of United States. You know what they're giving? 2.3 trillion US dollars. Our Reserve Bank has to stretch out outside of its remit. The chairman of the Federal Reserve has said, this is not the time to just look at liquidity and maintaining structure. This is the time to directly lend. Can you imagine? The Federal Reserve of United States is directly lending to small and medium enterprises for 4 years loan with 1 year moratorium. So I would request the Honorable Prime Minister also to look at, through the Honorable Union Finance Minister, Reserve Bank of India. Let it step out of its Lakshman Rekha and stretch out in order to do what the other banks are doing. So 10 lakh crores from the government of India, right. Reserve Bank given an open process to lend directly to states, to small and medium enterprises, as well as to larger sized enterprises, 4 years loan with 1 year moratorium. Can you do it? If you can, you will turn the corner. And of course, hospitals, the entire health system, we are hoping to hear the Prime Minister will say, right, what is that health system going to look like? If you order 5 lakh PPEs and you get 3,000 from the center, you'll be happy to know our small and medium enterprises have produced 3 lakhs PPEs. Therefore, we are managing, but we need 5 lakh more. So let the Prime Minister say that the government of India will provide to the states which has no revenue coming, no borrowing possibility. He has not announced anything on the capacity to borrow. It's only 3% of GDP. Mamata Banerjee has asked for 5% of GDP. No announcement so far. We'd be very happy if the loanable funds to the state has increased, hospitals taken care of. 10 lakh crores is the big requirement today, and Reserve Bank of India joins the government of India, as it has done in the Federal Reserve, in this fight to win the Hydra-headed attack on us.
You're calling
lives on one side and lives from livelihood saving on the other.
Okay, strong words there from Amit Mitra.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.